My name's Mitch Tiesman. Fight out of Ground Wizards, Jiu-Jitsu, and Conquest MMA. Been in the sport about 6 years. Took a little time off, broke my arm. Back, this is my last fight. Make sure you guys remember who I am.
My name's Sean Johnson. I'm from Galesburg, Illinois. I fight to stay out of trouble. I do this to be able to keep the rest of my life in order, and as soon as I seen cage fighting, man, it stuck with me. I love knockouts, and I'm definitely starting to work with my hands a little bit more because it's what I like, it's what everybody else likes.
What got me in the fighting was the competition. You know, I was a wrestler. Get away from that, get away from the competition, kind of miss it. It's instinct at that point. You know, you hear that pin drop and it's go time. I mean, there's the feelings. That's what's here in the gym. You know, you leave all that behind. It's animal instinct. It's combat at its rawest. You know, it's what I love about the sport. Seen a couple YouTube videos. Looks like a pretty tough kid.
I don't care what he knows about me. He can look it up on the internet, or he can go in like I do, and I like to be surprised with my opponents.
My right hand, watch out for that. Take me down as fast as you can, and then I'll send you home with a submission. At least you can remember how it happened.
You could sit there and you can make a game plan, but one wrong punch and your game plan's out the window. I'm not taking nothing away from the man, but yeah, I'm coming for that win just as bad as he is.
I respect you. Let's go out there and do war. You know, this is it for me. So make it last and send the crowd home happy.
Let's put on a good show for these folks and keep your hands up.
Making his way to the cage in our 5th fight of the night at Cage Aggression 9, Sean Johnson, and not a lot of information on this guy either, but definitely being out of the Quad Cities, I can tell you I've seen him fight plenty of times. Goes in there, and he's one of those that from the minute the bell goes to the end of the fight, he is throwing, fighting, going towards you nonstop, and I guarantee we're going to see that tonight.
That's exactly what he was saying during his interview before the fight. One of the interesting things that he said as well is that his first fight, the very first fight that he had, he got a KO 11 seconds in. So, just like you said, he's going, you know, balls to the wall from the very beginning of the fight to the very end of the fight, trying to get that knockout. So, those are exciting fights for the fans. That's what people come here to see. Not to, you know, downplay submissions or, you know, somebody winning by, you know, a decision. A win is a win, but people like to see people get knocked out.
And he would be one of the reasons why, as an opponent, maybe not watching tapes would be better for you, because I guarantee you if you've seen any of his tapes and you're fighting a guy that has an 11-second knockout, that's going to do something to you mentally. So as his opponent, you know, maybe would have done it better tonight, you know, not to have watched tapes, but his opponent, you know, we're going to talk about it pretty soon. He's got a few fights under his belt, so.
Yeah.
Making his way to the cage, Mitch the Menace Tiesman with a record of 23-13, fighting out of the Ground Wizards and Conquest MMA in Clinton, Iowa, and that was not, I did not stutter, 23-13.
23-13 is a football score. That's not an MMA record. I'm sorry. How do you, I couldn't even imagine, I can't think of too many things that I've done that many times in my life.
No, and with a record like that, you know, there is probably nothing that this fighter tonight, his opponent, Sean Johnson, is going to show him that he hasn't seen before. You've got a grizzled veteran in there, seen a lot, and that to me is something very intimidating. You've got a guy with a record of 23 wins.
He also said that this, you know, could possibly be his last fight. So to me, you know, looking at somebody who's had that many fights, has that much experience, and this is his last fight, he has to figure that he wants to go out on top, that he wants to go out with a win. Exactly. And it's going to be very hard, I would believe, you know, not trying to downplay Johnson or anything like that or slight him, but you would think that, you know, he might have a little less of an edge than Tiesman because, you know, this is going to be his last fight. He does have way more experience than Johnson, but That's why they end up fighting. You know, we just have a sheet of paper. There's a whole lot of things that you can write on the sheet of paper that don't mean anything once that cage door slams shut.
Exactly, and let me add to that, you know, with the 13 losses, you don't know how those losses were. You don't know if they were close fights. They could have been right there. So, I mean, that record has got that many losses, but you don't know what kind of fights those were. So, it could have been very close to winning all those fights.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout is scheduled for 3 rounds in the ECR featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out the red corner, he stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighing in at 146 pounds. Joining us from Galesburg, Illinois, Sean Johnson. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighing in at 143.5 pounds. He trains with the Ground Wizards and Conquest MMA. He's sponsored by Iron Horse Fitness, Steel Appeal Tattoos, Spence's Barbershop. Joining us from Clinton, Iowa, Mitch, the Man Goodwin.
Mike Smith is your referee in our 5th fight of the night at Cage Aggression 9. Sean Johnson versus Mitch Tiesman. Sean Johnson coming out in the throwdown shorts. Mitch Tiesman coming out in the black and gray bad boy shorts.
Got to give the edge in the battle of the beards to Tiesman right off the bat, though. His beard is kind of BA right now.
The beard's awesome, and the beard is also a weapon too because it's protection from punches.
You know, I never thought about that. See, I'm trying to crack jokes, and then you come with the straight MMA analyst. That's awesome. I would never think that.
It is. When you see a fighter, you know, it makes the Kimbo slice. There's a lot of padding before it hits the skin.
I'm not going to be an MMA fighter because I can't even grow a mustache. So.
Mitch looking for the nice side kick right there, too. Right to the abdomen. Gets a smile out of Johnson for that. Scary also when you see fighters smiling in the cage. I've always said that, too. It's a little intimidating when you're punching and kicking somebody and they're smiling back at you.
Yeah, I think it can mean one of two things. Either you haven't, whatever you landed didn't really hurt them that bad, or it hurt them more than they want to acknowledge. So
Exactly.
Smile.
Exactly. And Tiesman right there landed an overhand, and it came through, and still Johnson smiling. Johnson really looking to a nice right there. Catches the foot and does a little turning up kick, almost like a capoeira move. Now on his back, got the arm tied up and looking to sweep.
There hasn't been a whole lot of action or anything landed, but you definitely have the feeling that Tiesman has the upper hand. As far as ring generalship goes, he's definitely owning the cage and saying that this is his spot. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to impose my will on you.
Right here too. I mean, staying relaxed. It looks like Johnson's really trying to advance more than right now, and Tiesman staying on his back, very patient, looking to do something. There we go, looking for a triangle. All he needs to do is lock that up and gets a triangle right there, and needs to trap the arm, pull the head down, and it's game over. Right there, pull the head down a little bit more, and Johnson's going to have to tap in this. His head is cranked, taps out. Huge triangle win, submission win for Mitch Tiesman. Wow.
Not too much you can do when somebody gets that lock on you.
No, and he did it well. He baited him in, he threw his leg up, and he pulled the head down, and like I said, in that, there's not a whole lot you can do when you're trapping a triangle like that.
You either tap or you say night-night.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee Mike Smith called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 41 seconds in the round 1, declaring your winner by submission due to triangle choke, Mitch the Menace.
there you have it. Mitch the Menace Tiesman improves his record to 24-13 with a submission win over Sean Johnson tonight at Caged Aggression 9. Return of the champions.
Could be his last fight. He's going out on top.
Great way to go out.
Conquest MMA, baby!